Coach, it's great to catch up with you. And, we were talking when we saw each other last week. I used to come out and talk to you every day when I had a little radio show over here in Camden. That's been 15 years.
Yeah.
Coach, where's the time going, man?
It's just flying by, yep. And I'd been here just a few years at that time, just 2 or 3 years at that point. And now, 19 years later, I'm still here.
Here you are, getting it done. Speaking of getting it done, you guys had what I thought was a terrific bounce back win. You went on the road after having a tough night the week before against a very good Hartsville team and got a road victory in pretty convincing fashion. How important was it for you guys to kind of flush that Hartsville game and get back to the winning ways the way your kids did?
Yeah, that's all you can do. Just flush it and move on. Our players did a good job of that. Very proud of them. They played well against a very good Sherrall team. They ranked like 3rd, 4th in the 2A at that time, and so it was a good win for us. I mean, it obviously when after a win and there's some corrections that need to be made, it's a whole lot easier to correct after a win than it is a loss.
Mm-hmm. You got West Florence now on Friday, and only your second home game of the year, so I know it's nice to play here in the stadium here where you guys have such a great game day atmosphere and such great crowd support. Tell me what you know about West Florence and what are your kids going to have to continue to do well to keep the winning going?
Yeah, over the years, we've had some really good games with those guys, and we're probably about break even, to tell you the honest truth, with them. Maybe not even that, but they've got a nice club. They're very athletic. Coach Woodbury and his staff do a good job, and this year, from what we're seeing, it looks like it's going to be a 50 defense. People call it 3-4 nowadays, but so that's kind of what we're expecting. They've been in a 3-5 for a long time and kind of made a little change. And that could be personnel, that could be philosophy, could be a lot of things, and why they make the change. Not really sure, but so we're expecting that, but expecting the 50 out of them, and then offensively they're doing the flex bone and then doing some spread with that, little wing tee with that. So they give us a lot of stuff.
A lot of different looks there.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of looks, a lot of stuff we have to prepare for.
Tell me what you like about this team so far. 3-1, obviously, on the season, and I know that you've got some very talented players, but it's more than just talent, as we know. What really makes you optimistic about the rest of the year of these kids?
Well, the ability to come to practice and try and get better. They've got a pretty good attitude about things. They've been fun. They've done a lot of stuff in the off season, and nowadays it's just so much different than 20 years ago. The way things are, the rules are now and stuff, and so. They've been where we've asked them to be. They've been very loyal to each other, and they're a good group of guys. And and the talented guys, have not, act like they're more special than anybody else. The guys working in the trenches and the guys doing all those things, everybody understands they're just as important as anybody on the field.
New region this year with the reclassification. Things have changed for the first time in a long time. Tell me a little bit about what you know about this year, the teams in the region, and kind of the battle that you face as you go after a region title.
Well, it's going to be very challenging. Fairfield Central, they've been extremely good over the last few years. And Chester, with Coach Floyd getting back over there, has changed that mindset again. And he's done a great job. And so they're good programs over there. Coach Mayer in Indian Land, he's always done a good job with those guys, and those guys hang in there and just battle and battle and battle. And then at Columbia High School, I think they're very athletic, and they are struggling early, but I think that Coach Bush will do a good job over there. He's an outstanding coach and has done well, and so we got our problems, You're kind of hoping that when we went down, when all this changed, you're hoping for a little bit easier region, but I'm not sure we got it.
Well, you guys obviously have a shot, and this year, off to this start, and kind of had a disappointing year last year. One of your players was telling me, he said the whole atmosphere has changed so much this year, and it's funny how winning does that, isn't it?
Yeah, winning cures a lot of ills.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, just like on defense, playing hard, how that changes. There's a lot of forgiveness of sins by just playing hard and getting after people. But yeah, it's been good. It's the players, it's the seniors, and all those guys wanting to be successful. It's just a good group of guys that, who no prima donnas, and they just all kind of want to get out there and they want to become good.
Well, best of luck to you coming up on Friday against West Florence. And Coach, we're really happy to have Camden on board, and we'll be able to talk to you every week, man.
Thank you, Rich.